Volcanoes have always restructured the face of the earth for millions of the years. They have always been so spectacular but have also been so devastating, whose wrath has no match, at least on the earth. Formed from the wear and tear of the various forces of the earth, they have formed some of the largest land masses like islands. Hello everyone, and I am Hena Talati. Welcome to It's Tomorrow News. Today I am here to talk to you about Yellowstone National Park. I think everybody has heard about the Yellowstone National Park, but hardly anyone knows a lot about it. Let me start with some general information on volcanoes. While some volcanoes have become extinct, some have become dormant, and some are still alive. One best example of such an alive volcano is in Yellowstone National Park. It is the oldest, one of the largest, and probably the best known national park in the United States. It is situated principally in the northwestern Wyoming and partly in the southern Montana and eastern Idaho, and includes the greatest concentration of hydrothermal features in the world. It is also generally considered to have been the first national park in the world, though some naturalists and others have argued that there is evidence that indicates that the creation of Yellowstone was predated by the creation of Bogd Khan Mountain National Park in Mongolia, which may date from as early as 1778. Yellowstone was designated a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in 1976 and World Heritage Site in 1978. The geology of Yellowstone makes it unlike any other place on the earth. Magma under the Earth's crust is close to the surface, making the region volcanically active. Yellowstone is situated in a region that has been volcanically and seismically active for tens of millions of the years. Tectonic movements of the North American plate has thinned Earth's crust in the area, forming a hot spot, a place where a dome of magma or molten rock comes close to the surface. The park includes 3 calderas that may have formed from the volcanic eruptions. Many features of the park are a result of heat from the magma transforming Earth's surface. A subsurface magma dome that had been building up in the Yellowstone area blew up in one of the world's most cataclysmic volcanic eruptions. Some 600 cubic miles of the rocks and ash were ejected, equivalent to about 6,000 times the amount of volcanic material that was released during the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980. Subsequent massive eruptions occurred later on, the last event producing about 2/5 as much material as first one. The Yellowstone region is also extremely active seismically. A network of faults associated with the region's volcanic history underlies the park's surface, and the region experiences hundreds of the small earthquakes each year. The great majority of those quakes are of magnitude 2 or less and are not felt by the people in the area, but occasionally a more powerful tremor will strike in the region and have effects in the park. Yellowstone also boasts a large variety of animals and plant species. More than 1,000 species of native plants grow in the park. Over 150 species of the birds live in the park, along with the reptiles and fish in a number of distinct ecosystems. Notably, the park contains dense mammal population including herds of bison and elk and large predators such as wolves, grizzly bears and mountain lions. According to the National Park Service, Yellowstone is the only place in the United States where buffalo have continuously roamed since the prehistoric era. The park's herd dwindled to just 23 animals during the late 19th century when overhunting helped drive the bison to the brink of extinction, but the population later bounced back thanks to more effective stewardship and protection. The roughly 5,500 bison that live in the Yellowstone today constitute the nation's largest and oldest free-range herd. Not only are there at least 67 species of mammals living in Yellowstone National Park, there are also approximately 300 species of birds and 16 species of fish. These mammal species are made up of ungulates like bighorn sheep, bison, moose, mountain goats and white-tailed deer, as well as large predators like black bears, coyotes, grizzly bears, mountain lions and wolves. Grey wolves were famously reintroduced back into the park in 1995, and as of 2016 there were an estimated 99 of them living primarily in the area. Yellowstone boasts 9 species of conifer, 186 species of lichens and more than 1,000 species of native flowering species. The park is very rich with the wildflowers throughout the year, such as the lupine and arnica under the forest canopies, glacier lilies and phlox in the open meadows in the spring, and purple asters in the early fall. These flowering plants do much more than bring vibrant colors to the landscape. They also provide important resources for the wildlife, from birds who eat their seeds, mammals who forage for the spring bulbs, and bees who collect the nectar while pollinating the area. Yellowstone's principal attractions, however, are its some 10,000 hydrothermal features, which constitute roughly half of all those known in the world. The region's deeply fractured crust allows groundwater to seep down to where it makes contact with the magma. The superheated and mineral-rich water then returns to the surface as steam vents, fume rolls, and colorful hot pools, paint pots, hot springs and terraces, hot rivers and geysers. It is thought that the constant stream of minor tremors that shake the region act to keep open the cracks and the fissures in the ground that might otherwise become clogged in the minerals precipitating out of the hot water as it cools. Of the park's more than 300 geysers, greater than half of the world's total, many erupt in heights of 100 feet or more. Old Faithful in the west central Yellowstone, the most famous geyser in the world, erupts fairly regularly, roughly every 90 minutes, with the range of reasonably predictable variability. Indeed, the geyser has only lengthened the time between its eruptions by 30 minutes over the past 30 years, but thermal features are constantly changing. According to the Park Service, it is entirely possible that the Old Faithful could stop erupting someday. Yellowstone's geysers are only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to hydrothermal features in the park. There are actually over 10,000 of them, ranging from hot springs to mud pots and even fumaroles, a volcanic opening in the Earth's crust that emits steam and hot sulfurous gases. This superheated water can reach temperatures exceeding 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so visitors are kept at the safe distance and separated by the viewing platforms. Yellowstone has even more water features to explore outside of geysers. There are also 290 waterfalls found throughout the park, including the famed Yellowstone River upper and lower falls, which accumulate in an area known as Grand Canyon of Yellowstone River. Visitors can view the falls from several different overlooks or hiking trails and walkways. With nearly 300 backcountry campsites and more than 900 miles of hiking trails inside the park, most of which are managed as wilderness areas, Yellowstone is the perfect destination for the most adventurous kind of outdoor enthusiast. Yellowstone National Park sits on the top of the active supervolcano, although the park system believes that it is unlikely to explode again. Because of this, the park is one of the most seismically active areas in the country, experiencing between 700 and 3,000 individual earthquakes annually. Stay tuned with us. It's Tomorrow News Hena Talati. Please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get new videos updates.